It's finally time to pack for my month-long trip to Japan, and I have been thinking about this travel capsule wardrobe for months now. But y'all, there are some real challenges to packing for Japan in August, like extreme hot temperatures and typhoons. So today I am going to share with you not only what I have decided to pack for my trip to Japan, but also some unique strategies you can use when choosing your items for your capsule wardrobe, no matter where you are traveling to. Let's go. Hey y'all, and welcome back, or welcome if you're new here. I'm Christy, the Gen X Gypsy, and I am getting ready to go join my daughter in Japan. She has been over there on an exchange program for almost a year now, and I am super excited to travel around the country with her. We're going to be doing so many different things, which is part of why it's been such a challenge to put together a travel capsule wardrobe for this trip. We're going to be traveling all over Japan, doing the typical tourist things like Tokyo and Kyoto and Osaka. We're also going to be renting an RV to travel around the Japanese Alps, which I'm excited, but I'm very nervous about driving in Japan. So stay tuned to see how that goes. We are also adding on a week over in Seoul, Korea at the end of the trip too. So I have to pack all the things to cover all of those various different activities, because if you've been here a while, you know me, there are going to be hikes involved in some of this travel too. So that gets me to the first strategy that I want to talk about when putting together your capsule wardrobe. And this is not necessarily a unique one, but I think it's one that gets overlooked a lot. And that is, you really do need to think about all of the different activities that you're going to be doing. So like I said, I'm going to have hiking, but I'm also going to be in the city, and we're going to be doing temples, and we're going to be going to restaurants. So I need to have clothes that cover all of those different bases. And obviously I want them to all coordinate. I mean, I'm not going to go into that because that's kind of that's a basic tenet to putting together a travel capsule wardrobe. I figure you guys all have that down pat by now. The next strategy you need to think about is the culture of the place that you're going to be visiting. And are there any wardrobe type things that you need to consider because of the way that the culture operates? Like with Japan, we're going to be going to spiritual places and temples. In fact, when we're in Seoul, we're going to be doing a Buddhist stay. So I want to make sure that I have clothing that's appropriate to wear into those places. I am taking a lot of tank tops because it is super hot over there right now. It's in the mid to high 90s and like 85 to 90% humidity. So I'm sweating just thinking about it right now. And then the other thing that is very specific to Japan, I don't think there's a whole lot of other places that this is something you would have to consider, but you want to be wearing shoes that you can slip on and off most of the time that you are traveling there, because there are a lot of restaurants and stores, you can keep your shoes on, especially in the bigger cities. But my daughter has told me, as we go out into the more rural areas of Japan, there are still a lot of places that require you to take your shoes off to come into the location. So she suggested, and I have seen this on other videos as well, to bring a couple of small, little thin socks that I can slip on when I slip off, like my sandals, to go into a place. So that is something kind of unique to Japan that you would want to make sure that you have packed with you and include, I guess, as kind of part of your travel capsule wardrobe. I probably won't be wearing these socks with any of the outfits because, again, it's gonna be hot, but you want to make sure that you have them with you on the daily. Oh, before we go any further, I want to shout out to the community from my Tiny Little Things video who suggested, there were so many of you guys, so many of you guys that suggested that I get a hero clip in place of the over-the-door hook, because this had so many more uses and a little bit easier to travel with. So I did get one, and thank you so much for the suggestion. I am looking forward to using it on this trip and not having to put my backpack on the floor when I go to the bathroom. So I'll let you know how that goes. I also think that it'll be pretty useful for when we're getting on and off trains to keep, even though I have a trolley strap on my backpack onto the suitcase, case, I think, just having an extra security will be super helpful. And, let me know in the comments of other things that I should be thinking of how I can use this hero clip, because, now that I have it, I want to use it. This third strategy is one that I really haven't heard anybody else talk about. Maybe I made it up, or maybe I did hear it from somebody and I just don't remember. It is to pick your color palette for your travel capsule wardrobe based on the colors of the location that you're going to. And this could be either that the location itself has a lot of this color there and it's kind of a good color to wear. That is why I picked red for this upcoming trip, because Japan has a lot of bright yellows and bright reds and then a lot of dark greens in the forest that we'll be going to. So I thought having a capsule wardrobe with a lot of red in it would really pop in the pictures and the videos. I did the same thing last year when we went to the American desert. When we went to Zion and we did our big hike in the Grand Canyon. I made sure that I wore a lot of blues and bright blues because I knew that those would pop against the red of the canyon. And boy, did they. It really worked out well. So that is one of those unique strategies that I think more people should think about. I just like to have a color palette that's a little more photogenic, I guess is the best way to put it. Now that you know some of the unique strategies that I use to pick out this travel capsule wardrobe, in addition to, the normal things like how many days am I going to be gone? What does the weather look like? What's my itinerary? Those types of things. Let's talk about what I actually have decided to take after, like I said, months of thinking about this. Because it is going to be so hot, I have tried to steer towards looser, more linen cotton blend pieces so that I'll be on the cooler side, hopefully. My daughter has said, much like the South, they have lots of AC in all of the buildings and in the hotels and such. But we are going to be outside walking around quite a bit too. So, I got to cover both of those bases. For my bottoms, I have 4 bottoms, right? 1, 2, 3, yes, 4 bottoms. This is my travel outfit that I have on. I'm going to wear this black tank top, these black linen pants. I have my Hey Dudes on. Are you there? And I'm going to wear this with my red scarf and my jean jacket. My jean jacket's like the heaviest jacket that I'm taking. And it's pretty much the only thing that's blue that I have in this entire capsule wardrobe. I did lean into a lot of black and white in this capsule wardrobe, and I'm not usually a huge fan of black and white, but when I made the decision that I wanted to use so much red, black and white were pretty much the best coordinating colors to go with the red. I thought about doing navy, but I honestly don't have as much navy stuff, especially for bottoms, as I did black and white. So that's kind of where that came from. Maybe in the future I'll do a red, white, and blue capsule wardrobe, but for this time I went with the black and white. Japan has a very minimalistic, conservative culture. And so if you look at pictures or videos of people walking around in like normal Japanese towns, you'll see them wearing a lot of black and white and gray and more monotone colors. So I also thought about that as well. So my bottoms are this pair of black linen pants. I have one pair of loose linen striped shorts. I have the Lee black skirt, and I have this really, really cool pair of linen flowy pants that I got at TJ Maxx. So I'm sorry, I'm probably not going to be able to find a link for these for you guys, but they're linen, they're black and white, and they have a print. I don't have a lot of printed shirts. In fact, I don't have any printed shirts other than a graphic tee in this capsule. So I wanted to make sure my bottoms had some print to them. Because I have such broad shoulders, I don't mind wearing a print on the bottom half of my body because I feel like it kind of balances out the broadness of my shoulders if I have a more solid color up top and then I wear a more printed at the bottom. Now, if you're the reverse and you kind of have, you're more narrowed up top and you're a little wider at the bottom, you might want to reverse that and wear more prints on the top and more solids on the bottom. It just depends on your body type. Obviously, we're all individual, unique, beautiful women here, and we should dress accordingly, as I have said in so many of my other videos. videos. Dress for what makes you feel really, really good. Don't dress for what you think you should be wearing. I am bringing a few more tops. Again, this is 30 days, people, so I want to make sure that A, I have enough to wear if I can't do laundry very often, and B, that I don't get tired of everything, or if stuff gets dirty, I have enough to wear, right? Well, I guess that goes along with the laundry. I have, in addition to this black tank top, I have 2 knit tank tops that are just a white one and a red one. This pretty knit red tank, which I love, and it's kind of flowy airway, so it's actually cooler than it looks. This other V-neck tank shirt that you guys have seen quite often in a few videos as well. Those are all my sleeveless. So I have 5 sleeveless tops because I'm including this one that I'm wearing for my travel day. Then I am taking 1 graphic tee. It was the closest I had to red. It actually looks more red on the video than it does. It's a little more burgundy-ish in real life, but I love this Wonder Woman shirt. I got this in Seward a couple of years ago. I just thought it was appropriate. It's kind of fun, and I will be wandering. And then lastly, I am taking this button-up white shirt because I feel like I can wear it as like a overshirt, more like a jacket, a loose jacket if I want to for certain outfits. But it's also a more conservative shirt if I need to wear something more conservative for wherever I am going. Then I have 2 dresses, and you guys, it'll be no surprise because I think I've told you this in the past 2 videos that I've done. Well, maybe not the past 2 you've seen, but I've done 2 videos where I have talked about this dress. So I will have those linked below if you want to go check them out because I love this dress. In fact, I did one video on like 21 ways that you could style this one dress. So I'm super excited to take this dress. It is a nice light linen blend, so it is perfect for the summer. And then the second dress, I'm hoping they still have available. I got this from Target, and both of these dresses, very important, do have pockets. So yeah, I can't go traveling without pockets. But I love the print on this. And again, it's just nice, light, and breezy. So for those hot days, this will be perfect to wear around. For my outerwear, you guys have seen this a lot recently too. I am bringing my little boho kimono cover up because again, this will look really good with some of these solid colors that I have and brighten it up, have something to put over my shoulders if I need to. I have this cute little shrug sweater that is a very loose knit that again will be perfect to wear as a, if I need to cover up my shoulders or if it actually gets a little chilly at night in those AC places like we have here in the South. Y'all, I have this one piece of hair today that is just does not want to cooperate and it keeps going in my eye. So I feel like I'm doing this a whole lot, so I'm sorry. And then like I said before, I have my jean jacket. I don't know how much I'll wear my jean jacket outside of the travel days, but it's nice to have that heavier piece just in case. Like I said, we are going to the Japanese Alps for about 5 or 6 days. So I might need something a little heavier there. Now, because we are hiking, I am bringing some athletic clothes. Usually I don't talk about those much with the capsule wardrobe, but because I wanted to be transparent about everything that I am packing, because I am packing all of the stuff in a carry-on suitcase size bag, I wanted to let you know what else I will be bringing. As always, whatever I do have links to, product wise, I will put those in the description and in the pinned comment too. Not all of these items are going to be available, like that Wonder Woman t-shirt. I don't even know if I can find something kind of close to it. I will try to pin it for you, but those are some things that I may not be able to find links to. So let's get back to our athletic wear. I am bringing, they're all black bottoms. I'm going to bring a pair of the 2 pairs of leggings. Well, one's a short pair of leggings. They both are the ones with pockets on the sides of the hips, which I love. So I have a shorter pair, and then I am bringing the longer pair of leggings. Like I said, I don't know. This is one of those things. I don't know if I will need to wear a longer pair of leggings, but I learned a long time ago that I'd rather travel with the leggings than not, and they don't take up very much space. And the other pair of athletic shorts I'm going to take are these very lightweight Nike running shorts. And they also have a pocket back here that your phone can fit into, which I love. And I will take a couple of jog bras or athletic bras with me to like other loose black tank tops that will be my athletic wear. I know it's a lot of black. It's a lot of black. I'm not used to wearing this much black all the time, so it's going to be interesting for me too. But again, it doesn't show sweat. It doesn't show dirt. I just figure it would be better safe than sorry. And it should show up well against all of the, backgrounds that we will be hiking on or walking around in. In addition to those athletic items, I am bringing one bathing suit, although I have been told that bathing suits aren't necessary really in Japan, at least where I'm going, because the Osans, I am so glad that my daughter knows how to speak Japanese, because I am going to apologize to all of the Japanese people in advance, because I am sure I will be murdering their language no matter how much my daughter attempts to teach me how to say it. But I do think it is very important that no matter what country you are traveling to, that you at least learn a few basic words, especially hello and thank you and please. I think those three are the most important to learn in any language country you are going to. And even if you can use Google Translate to get your question across, I think it's still so very polite and goes a long way when you show that you are attempting to speak their language. I am only bringing the one bathing suit, but I don't know that I'll need it, because in the Osans and the Ryukins, where you have the baths, because Japanese are very much into their baths, you go in without any clothes. Like it's definitely a nudist thing, although in a very, very pure sort of way. So I don't think I'll need the bathing suit, but I figured I would bring it just in case we ended up somewhere where it was not a required thing to get into that bath without any clothes on. Other than those clothing items, the only other clothing item obviously is underwear and socks. In addition to the thin little socks that I'll carry around with me, I'll take a couple of pairs of hiking socks to go with my shoes that I'm going to wear hiking. I'm going to take a couple of bras, and I wanted to talk about these particular bras. I just found these Joy Spun bras, and if you've been with me for a while, you know how much I love that Joy Spun brand at Walmart. I have their nightgowns, I have pajamas from them. They use really soft materials. They're super comfortable. And I found these t-shirt bras that they have that you can wear, like a standard bra, but it also has a little hook in the back. So if you're wearing a shirt like I am today, that the bra straps would show if I had it regular, you can hook it in the back and then it doesn't show. So I have a black one of those and a nude flesh colored one. And those are the two bras that I'm going to take with me, along with probably 5 pairs of underwear, enough that I could get through a week before I'd want to wash them. And I'm obviously going to take some of my detergent sheets, so if I need to wash my underwear in the sink or something, I can do that. So the last item that I'm going to talk about as a clothing item is a packable rain jacket. I just ordered this during Prime Days, so I did get kind of a deal on it. It is a Columbia taped seamed rain jacket, because like I said earlier, it's typhoon season in Japan, and there is the possibility that where we're going, we could end up with some really stormy weather, and I want to be prepared for that. My understanding from both my daughter and watching some other videos is that Japanese people love umbrellas, which is so funny, because I lived in Portland, Oregon for 25 years, and we have a lot of rain. I mean, a lot of rain. And I never used an umbrella, ever. I always just had jackets that had hoods, because, you're trying to carry all these things, and I didn't want to have to carry an umbrella. And pretty much nobody in the Pacific Northwest really carries an umbrella. So I think it's kind of interesting that the Japanese culture is very into umbrellas. But my understanding is if I really want an umbrella after I get there, they're pretty inexpensive at the little convenience stores. But if we are out hiking and doing some of more of the outdoorsy stuff that we're going to be doing, I wanted to make sure I had a jacket that was going to keep me dry. This is, like I said, it's a Columbia jacket. I have a Mountain Hardwear jacket that was very similar to this that I would have taken, except I've had that jacket for almost 12 years now, and the taped seams, the tape for the seams has started coming off, and it's seen better days. Let's just put it that way. And it didn't have a little pouch that I could pack down into. But I also really like that I could get this in red. Not only is it going to be useful for the Japanese trip, but when I go hiking with my friends, it'll be a nice bright color to have when I'm out hiking instead of wearing black all the time. That way if I get lost, somebody can find me. Like I showed you before, it packs down into one of the pockets. Now this didn't come to me, it didn't arrive packed in the pocket. And when I first got it, I was like, I thought I ordered a packable rain jacket. What the hell? And so I had to look around and see how to pack it up. But it is in the left-hand pocket, and it does have a little tag that says packable there. So you kind of have to look around for that if this is something that you decide to get. Now let's talk about accessories. I'm going pretty minimal with accessories. I am taking the red scarf that I'll be wearing during my travel day. I am taking this thin belt that until I did that video on the 21 ways to wear the dress a couple of weeks ago, I kind of forgotten I had. And I do think I might want to use this while I'm there. And it doesn't take up hardly any room. I mean, really, this thing is minimal, as minimal can be. So I thought I'd add it in just in case I want to get sort of fun and funky with my clothes. I am also bringing the scarf neckerchief that I used in that video that, again, I've had for several years, mainly because my daughter was like, throw that in, it might be fun. The hats that I am going to take. I am taking a baseball hat, and I know you non-Americans are not huge into baseball hats, and you're like, oh my God, you look so much like an American tourist when you wear one. You know what? They're just convenient and perfect for hiking. They keep the sun off my face, and they allow airflow, and it says North Carolina, which I kind of like traveling with something that shows where I'm from with a little bit of pride too. And I haven't decided yet which straw hat is going to go with me. This feels way more European than this other hat that I'm going to show you. I feel like it might be a little too Italy, France kind of straw hat, New York City maybe even. And this other one is, you've seen this a lot this summer if you follow me on Instagram, which, by the way, if you want to see all of my Japanese travels, you should be following me over on Instagram. I am going to be definitely posting to stories daily, and I am going to really try hard to do a daily like vlog of what we've done that day in my reels. So if you're not following me over there yet and you are interested to see all of the adventures that my daughter and I get into, make sure that you go over there and follow me, because that's where I'm going to be posting a lot of the stuff in real time. I have this bucket hat that I've been wearing a lot this summer. I think that this is going to be the one that I take with me, but I am going to take one of these two hats because, again, keeping the sun off of my face, I think is going to be important when we are walking around. And I feel like the bucket hat is a little more Japan feeling. I feel like they really like to wear bucket hat style hats. So I think that's going to be the direction I go in. Let me know in the comments below. I mean, I'll already be in Japan when this video comes out. I will probably have already been there about a week, but I'd still love to know, what would you take? Would you take the bucket hat, or would you take the more like fedora looking hat? I don't know. What do you think? I guess we should talk about shoes too. Now I know there are a few people on YouTube that like to tell you that only take 2 pairs of shoes. Y'all, I cannot travel anywhere with just 2 pairs of shoes unless, no, I don't even think I could go 4 days somewhere with only 2 pairs of shoes. And mainly that is because, oh, this hair is driving me crazy. That is mainly because I am usually doing some sort of hike or, physical activity in the place that I'm going to. So I always need to have that one pair of shoes that's really more for physical activity than for walking around and touring or going out to eat. So as the case may be, with this trip, I am taking 4 pairs of shoes. Yes, 4. Even though space is limited, I think that I'll be able to squeeze them all in because one of the pairs is basically a pair of flip-flops. I am taking my Hey Dudes, as I always do, plus they're the perfect slip-on and slip-off shoe for Japan. I am taking my Merrell running shoes as my hiking shoes, and also if I just need to be doing a lot of walking around, I will probably be wearing those. And then my 2 pairs of sandal shoes, I am taking this thin pair of Chacos that I've had for probably 5 or 6 years now, and they are really, really comfortable. I haven't worn them a lot recently, so I did put them on and wear them around the past like 2 or 3 days to make sure that I wasn't going to have problems with them walking around Japan. But they are still super, super comfortable, very supportive, but they just don't take up as much space. Plus they're black and white, so they go with the theme. That's the other thing with both the Chacos and the Hey Dudes. I liked that they both had patterns in them, so it gives a little bit of extra like something special to the outfit instead of, again, just being in all black or basically all black. I don't think I could be in all white. Those all black outfits that I might end up putting together. And then the last pair of shoes are a newer pair of shoes that I just ordered from Amazon. Not just ordered, but I've had them a couple of weeks because, again, I've been wearing these around to make sure they were broken in and comfortable to be able to wear. If you are going anywhere, that the shoes you are taking, that you can wear those shoes all day long without getting blisters, which is exactly what I did with these shoes. And they are these reef cushion slide-ons, and I think they have a different name for them, but I will link them below. They are so comfortable. They're as comfortable as my Birkenstocks that I've had for years and years and years and have broken in. So I think they are going to be perfect for this trip. And I like that they give me a little bit of height. So when I wear them with the dresses, I'll feel a little dressier for going out to dinner, or like my daughter said, we have a whiskey tasting because I guess Japanese are really into whiskey. So we have a whiskey bar we're going to one night in Tokyo. I wanted to have something that was a little bit nicer to wear in the cities. I wanted something that wasn't just a pair of Birkenstocks. So I feel like these kind of cover that base. I would have taken my rattan sandals, but they just aren't quite comfortable enough to walk around in all day long, whereas these reef sandals definitely are. Now let's talk about the little accessories. I am not taking very much jewelry. If you followed me for a long time, or you are a very long time viewer, then you'll know I used to talk about all the time, and I haven't really talked about this much lately, but I like to buy jewelry when I go to a place as my keepsake from that travel. So like the earrings I have in today are ones that I've gotten in Alaska. The necklace that I'll be taking with me is one that I got in Portland at a street market a long time ago. And even though I lived there at the time, it's still something that, reminds me of my second home, Portland. And then the bracelet I'm taking is one that I got in Hawaii a few years ago. The little starfish post earrings are ones that I got when I visited Cape Hatteras up on the Outer Banks. And then the other blue earrings are actually ones that I bought at a boutique here. But I am hoping to buy some earrings when I get to Japan to kind of broaden my jewelry selection while I'm there and to give me something to remind me of my trip to Japan. In addition, I am bringing 2 pairs of sunglasses, my longtime favorites that you've seen so much of, these Diff sunglasses. And then I just picked up a pair of these Vince Camuto sunglasses from TJ Maxx a couple of weeks ago that are a little more sporty. And those are my sunglasses I am bringing. So our last set of accessories is purses. And I am not bringing really anything other than this black sling back purse. I am bringing both straps that go to it. Well, I've had the black and white strap for a while for another purse. So I'm bringing the black and white strap and then just the regular black strap. And then in addition to that, I will have a packable backpack that I'll be using, especially more so for the hiking trips instead of like the day touring trips. And I will also use my personal item backpack if I need to be carrying a lot of stuff around, like my filming stuff when we are going and doing the bigger hikes. I don't know, this seems a bit excessive, so we'll see. My daughter might have a backpack that might work a little bit better for some of those, but those are the only purses that I am bringing. Something my daughter did tell me, and she only told me like 2 days ago, so I didn't really have time. I didn't want to order something from Amazon because I wasn't sure if it would get here in time. So I had to make do with going to Ross or TJ Maxx. And as you guys might know, I live in a really small town, so our selection in our TJ Maxx and Ross is not all that great. But she told me that because there is a lot of cash used in Japan, like they do use credit cards some, but when you get to the smaller stores and restaurants, they prefer cash. And she said, and that cash is a lot of coins. So she said I needed to make sure that I brought a wallet or a coin purse so that I had a place for those coins to go. So I went to TJ Maxx and Ross, but I couldn't find a whole lot there. Like I was looking for just a little coin purse. So I ended up getting this bright Kelly green one, which doesn't go with anything else that I've packed, but I liked how bright the color is because inside my black fanny pack, I'll be able to see this and pull it out really quickly instead of trying to search around for it because you're not missing that color. It does have a nice big coin purse that I will be able to use to put those coins in, like she said. So a lot of other countries use coins a lot more than the US. So you might want to do that research before you go on your trip. If you are looking for more travel wardrobe packing ideas, especially for the warmer summer months, you might enjoy this video next.